days around.
3, 2, 1, go. Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Tottenham's last game was a 2-2 draw against Arsenal in the North London derby in the 6th game of the 2023-24 Premier League season, as Son scored a brace, which was not enough to get past Arsenal, who scored level with Romero's own goal and a Saka penalty. But by far, it was one of Tottenham's best performances at the Emirates in over 5 years. The last time we got a result away at Arsenal was back in 2019 under Mauricio Pochettino. And since then, it's been just losses under Conte, Mourinho. I believe Nuno managed one. But Postecoglou has found the key to unlocking Spurs at the Emirates. And finally, for the first time in 4 years, we got a point at the Emirates. But Ange Postecoglou, I think, deserves so much credit because he has completely changed this team around. And under past managers, we've come to the Emirates and we'd be immediately fearful of the atmosphere that the fans would be creating. And then, we'd start to sit back. A lot of our players would look fearful, not ready. And Arsenal would just kind of feed on that. And they'd just come out and just kill us completely. And of course, that's going to be the nature of a derby, right? All the fans are going to be very emotional. They're going to be very fierce and violent and passionate. So you have to kind of be ready for that kind of atmosphere. But it seemed that every time for the last 3 or 4 years, every time that we'd come to Arsenal away, we'd just be either like set up wrong or we just wouldn't have the right start. And Arsenal would just keep feeding on it and just keep hitting us with attacks until eventually they'd score. We lost, I believe, 3-1 last time we came here. I think there was a 3-0 under Nuno. But under Ange, this is a completely different story. We came to Arsenal and we started attacking right from the off. Actually, one of the first passages of play was Brennan Johnson's shot going wide, and then Son poking home a Bissouma shot, only for it to be counted offside. But the way we started and the way we played, I don't think we've seen a Tottenham Hotspur like that in forever. And so much credit has to go to Ange Postecoglou for the way he's completely turned the atmosphere and the thinkings around this club around. Because for way too long, look at the managers we had: Mourinho, Nuno, and Conte. Those are 3 managers, very defensive managers, pragmatic managers. In Conte and Mourinho's case, they're known as serial winners. They'll go and they'll play as defensive as they need to win a trophy. I think Mourinho was okay to do that after Pochettino. We just wanted a trophy. But I think going with Conte after that was just too much of a stretch. And for a long time, Tottenham were just kind of known as a team who sat back, not much creativity, and relied on Harry Kane and at times Heung-min Son to get them over the line. There was not much else in that team. There were points last season where we'd sit 7 to 8 players behind the ball and just have Kane and Son at the front trying to cause problems, which didn't work because 4 or 5 of the players that would sit back would just be unable to defend. Like, they were downright just terrible defenders. So, we'd end up conceding. Our goalkeeper was liable in Hugo Lloris. But this season, I think Ange Postecoglou has completely turned this around. And it all starts with the players that he's brought in. Van de Ven, Vicario. He's brought Sarr into the lineup, Bissouma into the lineup, Brennan Johnson's here, James Maddison is here. He's kind of pushed away Davinson Sanchez, Eric Dyer, kind of Ben Davies. Hugo Lloris is no longer to be seen in the squad. Lucas Moura left the club. Harry Winks is gone. A lot of those players that were kind of part of this old era at Tottenham, the one that was known as the bottlers, they're all pretty much gone. Son and at a stretch Kulusevski are really the only players that are remnants of that. Even Højbjerg is from the Jose area. Richarlison is from just 2 seasons ago. So a lot of these players have been completely just replaced, and the big theme with Ange's signings have been youth. Van de Ven is barely 22. Udogie, although he was not an Ange signing, he brought him into the starting lineup. He is only 20. Vicario, I believe, is 23. Sarr and Bissouma are both super young. Brennan Johnson is very young. So all these signings that Ange has brought in to help reconstruct that atmosphere around Tottenham have been integral to the way that we are perceived around the world to other football fans and to our own fans, because one of the biggest things of being a manager, I think, is to win over the fans as quick as you can. And I think Ange did that right away, right from the off. The 2-2 draw with Brentford, I mean, in past seasons, we'd be slightly disappointed with that result. This year, we were, pretty happy because we went for the game. We attacked as much as we could. We got 2 excellent goals. James Maddison looked like a star, finally an attacking midfielder for the first time since Christian Eriksen. It was just a different Tottenham to the one we'd been seeing the past 4 or 5 years. And it felt really good as a Spurs fan to see that breath of fresh air in the team, because we've needed it for so long. But Ange has just brought this really, really different atmosphere to the team. One that I think makes everyone in the club and around the club hungry for titles. I think heung-min, our captain, has said that multiple times, that there's a new air around the club, that there's, this new feeling of we gotta go for it. No matter how risky it is, we gotta go for it. Which I think, coming from Son, who's someone who's been here for, almost 8 years, I believe, since we signed him. He's seen all the different stages of Tottenham, and he's been here the longest out of this squad. So, that he's if he is saying that, then there's definitely been a big change in the way that the morale is around the squad. And I think a lot of that is just credit to Ange, because he has done an incredible job, and I think we have a big chance to go far this season. But that's it on this quick video on just how Ange Postecoglou has changed Tottenham for the better, transformed the Tottenham idea, transformed the face of Tottenham from being a defensive Spursy team to one who plays out and out attacking football, exciting football the whole time, a young side. It's a breath of fresh air for a lot of Spurs fans, and I think I can represent all of us when we say we are very excited for the rest of this season. But that's it. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more Spurs content. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and comment below any thoughts you have about Ange's reign at Tottenham so far. And until next time, come on, you Spurs!